You might have never thought about it, but did you know there are people in the world who actually eat the mucus, snot, or boogers that come out of their noses? Yes, you heard that right. This is no joke, there's an actual term for this in science, mucophagy. And it's not just little kids who don't know better about hygiene. Surprisingly, millions of adults across the globe have this secret habit. In countries like Canada, Germany, and Australia, surveys were conducted and the results were shocking. According to one study, about 10 to 15% of the world's population has done this at least once in their life. So next time someone brags about how clean and hygienic they are, just ask them, did you eat your boogers as a child? But the real question is, why do people do this? Is it a psychological habit? Or is it some natural defense mechanism of the body? And most importantly, is it harmful to health or beneficial? Let's go deeper. Does eating mucus actually benefit the body? It may sound strange, but some studies suggest that it might have a hidden advantage. When we eat mucus, we may actually be reintroducing bacteria and germs to our digestive system, which could potentially help boost our immunity. The logic behind this is similar to how vaccines work, exposing the body to small amounts of germs to build immunity over time. But this does not mean it's a health recommendation. While some small studies have hinted at potential benefits, there is still no scientific consensus on whether eating mucus is truly advantageous. The bottom line: it's not something you should make a habit of, but it might not be as harmful as we once thought. You might wonder, why would anyone do this? Is it just out of mischief? Ignorance? Or maybe a psychological condition? The truth is, there could be psychological reasons behind this act. Psychologists say that this habit might be linked to obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD, or body-focused repetitive behaviors, BFRBs. For example, people who engage in repetitive behaviors like picking their nose or eating mucus might find temporary relief from anxiety, similar to how people bite their nails or pull their hair. According to German psychologist Dr. Stefan Bender, some people use these repetitive acts as a way to cope with anxiety or mental stress, and over time, these actions become habits. Interestingly, the brain treats this act as a reward, and when the mucus is eaten, a small dopamine boost is experienced, which provides temporary pleasure. So, the real question is this just a mental trick? Or does the body naturally guide us to do this to alleviate stress? This is the most obvious question that comes to mind. If someone eats mucus, could they get sick? Is it dangerous for their health? The truth is, if you're completely healthy and not suffering from any infectious disease, the mucus coming out of your nose is generally not dangerous. This mucus mainly contains proteins, antibodies, and enzymes that are designed to trap germs, dust, pollen, and viruses and help expel them from the body. However, this is considered relatively safe unless you have a nasal infection. The mucus is bloody, pus-filled, or abnormal in color. Or if you engage in this habit repeatedly. Because repeatedly sticking your finger in your nose can injure the nasal lining, allowing harmful bacteria to enter the body. Doctors also state, while eating mucus once in a while might not cause harm, doing it frequently can be a hygiene violation and lead to long-term consequences. So, is it harmful? The short answer is yes, if it becomes a habit. But eating it once in a while? Probably not a big deal, just a little mental shock, not a physical one. We all know that nasal hygiene is a natural process, but have you ever wondered what's the actual connection between mucus and our health? You'll be surprised to learn that mucus is not just a way of expelling dirt and viruses. In fact, it's a part of our natural defense system. When foreign particles like dust, dirt, or viruses get trapped in your nose, mucus binds to them and the body then pushes it out. If you maintain basic hygiene and keep the nasal passages clear, this is your body's natural process. It takes care of the cleanup by itself, and we don't necessarily need additional products or measures. However, research has shown that when people use methods like excessive tissue use or nasal irrigation to clear their noses, it may interfere with the body's natural process, which could weaken the body's defense mechanisms. It's also possible that, despite frequent cleaning, bacteria and viruses may still get trapped in mucus, which can sometimes lead to illnesses. So, is it always good to clean your nose? Or sometimes, is it better to just leave things to nature? Conclusion: So, after all this, what should we think about this strange habit? Should we really eat the mucus from our nose, or is it better to leave it alone? And more importantly, what's the real reason behind this odd behavior? Science might not have all the answers, but one thing's for sure, the next time you blow your nose, you'll probably be thinking twice about what happens to that little bit of mucus. Thank you for joining us, and remember, before you put anything into your mouth, just think twice.